two of those new TDs, Dominic Hannigan and Michelle Mulherin. You're both here. You're both welcome. First of all, congratulations on your elections. You've made the breakthrough. Michelle, to you first. You're in the hotbed of Mayo. There with the boss, Enda Kenny. You got 4 out of the 5 seats there. It must have been pressure, though, to sort of, because there was a lot of talk about that Fine Gael would get the 4 out of 5.
Okay, bottom line, it was very hard work. And it wasn't just hard work for the campaign. For myself, I've been involved in local government, local politics since 1999. I was on Ballina Town Council, elected then, have been re-elected since. I was elected to Mayo County Council 2004 and re-elected since then, and I topped the poll in both on the last occasion. I did run in the last general election in 2007 and I came pretty close. But to me, all of this was sowing the seeds and cultivating the land, and to me, I knew in my heart that we had a chance of taking the 4 seats. And I suppose there's a number of factors involved, the hard work and determination, and I believe it is when you don't succeed. I mean, the last occasion I didn't succeed, and like anything you throw your heart into, of course there's disappointment.
So were you gutted by that, by falling short the last in 2007?
Well, I suppose immediately it happened, because I was so delighted with how we ran the campaign in terms of the people who helped me, and you know, I felt that we broke new ground. Now, obviously, what we did wasn't sufficient to take the seat, and I decided, well, you know, I won't be deterred, because I did get a good vote. And from being on the council, I feel that it really equips one to be in touch with where people are at and what's important. And I believe to represent the people to the best of your ability, and to be in touch, so as that any decisions made are always with that in mind. So to me, this is like, okay, the harvest had grown, so we were reaping the harvest. And so long as there was that self-belief, not just in myself, in the people that were supporting me, but in the whole Fine Gael team around the county, and there was, from grassroots up, that we could do this. It wasn't going to be a bolt of lightning or a sudden surprise. We had done the work. It was now our challenge to go out there and reap the reward of that work. And for my own personal story, I feel that the decisions that I've made, and like, I suppose like anything in life, you will have adversity. To me, that was adversity. People have worse troubles than that. But as I say, it's something I put my heart into.
Well,
and you make a decision.
Honestly, have no problems talking in the Dáil by the sounds of the interview today. Michelle, have you been in? Have you found your office yet? Do you know who was kicked out of the office to let you in?
Well, we haven't been assigned offices yet, because people are clearing out where people have lost seats or retired and so on. So I don't know my office, but yes, I was in, and the first formality is you sign a register or roll of TDs before the clerk of the Dáil. So I did that. It is a bit daunting, and actually to me it's a bit more like the first day I went to college as opposed to school now. I also went to college in UCD. Just everything is, you know, uncharted, and I mean, I'm basically in Mayo, so I've been occasionally to Mulherin, but I haven't realised all the corridors that are there and you know, all the offices. But I suppose aside from that, then I sort of think, well, you know, I believe that, aside from it being daunting, that if I can remember, and I believe I have done so in the past, you know, where I came from, why I'm here, and the job that I'm to do, well then everything else falls into place. And definitely one great thing, there seems to be so many services there to support one in the job of TD. And
there'll be plenty of new TDs, plenty of people in the same boat as yourself. And how are you about the, like, you mentioned Ballina and the commute. It will mean probably leaving Ballina Sunday night, Monday morning, back Friday or Thursday night, late Thursday night, Friday. You know, are you okay with that? Moving everything to Dublin?
Of course, like this is what I've asked for, and I mean, it's absolutely the best honour for me to be in this position, to be representing the people where I'm from, and that they've given me a mandate, and not just, as I say, because I've just appeared on the scene, but because they know my track record, they know what I'm about, they know what I'm like. So I mean, it's awesome. So all of that to me is the process of, I suppose, working nationally, but also representing the interests of the people of my area at national level.
I know you're a solicitor. Have you signed off on all your cases? I mean, you've handed in your notice, but I mean, how does that work?
I don't want to set a panic to any of my clients. So I will be back, and a lot of people have been patient in relation to certain type of work which may be non-urgent, even though everybody thinks their work is immediately urgent. So I'll be back in the office, and I will be finalising files, and I'll be updating things, so let nobody panic over that. But I will be, because I believe it's a full-time commitment being a TD.
It's great to see people who actually...
Well, they had the wrath of the people bearing down upon them, and they were way past their sell-by date, and that's no disrespect. I think there's been a lift already in the country, and that's the beauty of democracy. If you don't have the will of the people behind you, I think you have to bow to that.
But having said that then as well, I suppose you've got to remember that saying all political careers end in failure, that when you've had your moment, are you going to savour it, because you're probably at the back of your mind saying, you know, things will probably turn in 10 maybe less years, and we'll be the ones getting the boot.
Well, you have to remember that ultimately it's the people who decide. We were fortunate to win last weekend. The tide will turn, unless we deliver, the tide will turn back again. So we have to make sure that we get in there and we change the country for the better.
But I think at a micro level it is about the job. It can never be about you if you happen to be thrust forth in the process. So it's about issues, and it's about representing people. So you do that, and you do that to the best of your ability. So beyond that, you have to face the next election. But I think whatever you do, and I think it's what the electorate are calling for, there has to be an integrity to yourself and to the people who elect you. And I think that's the new politics that we need in this country.
Just to end on a very light note, when you're not doing politics, what you like doing, Michelle, you're a big Johnny Cash fan, I believe?
Yeah, I actually sing Johnny Cash. But I guess one has to be careful about singing late at night. And so on.
The Dole Bar, no?
When I had time, I used to do a bit of amateur dramatics in Balna with the Balna Dramatic Society, and they have a play on tonight and tomorrow night and so on, so best of luck to them.
So Johnny Cash, Dominic, you?
I do hill walking. I've done Machu Picchu, I've done Kilimanjaro, and I'll be hoping to do a bit more in the coming years. But I also enjoy soccer, and tonight I'll be going to Drogheda United's home game, first game of the season. Looking forward to that.
Well, we wish you both the very best luck in the Dáil, and thank you so much for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
Now, coming up next.